Right now on CBS, more cases of the coronavirus showing up across Metro Atlanta. We are live this morning with what we are learning about a child now infected in our area. And helping those who need it the most during this outbreak, a local business is stepping up to make sure healthcare workers get those much needed masks.
This is CBS 46 News at 8, getting results.
Good morning. Thank you so much for joining us on this Sunday morning, March 22nd. I'm Megan Packer. You can see we are working remotely this morning right outside of the CBS 46 studios. Great to have you with us. Thanks for spending some time with us. Let's get right over to meteorologist Alexandra Steele, also working remotely this morning from the comfort of her kitchen. Alexandra, good morning. What's for breakfast?
Hi, Megan. I know, right? That's what my daughter's asking. I'm like, babe, I'm working. Yeah, good morning, everyone. Thank you so much for joining us. And of course, in the interest of social distancing, today is my first foray here at home. You know, the meteorologists throughout the week have been doing it. And so today was my time. So this is where we are. Good morning to you. Thank you again for spending time with us. You can see outside mostly cloudy skies this morning. And it's a little bit chillier than it had been earlier. Yesterday morning, we were at 61 to start the day. Temperatures now cooler than that. We've got 40s and 50s for many of us. Yesterday we hit 74. It was a beautiful afternoon, but today we've got some changes. Temperatures a little bit cooler this morning, an east wind, and we also have rain moving in. So enjoy the dry time because there will be plenty of it. We're dry now, we'll be dry through lunchtime, but then we've got the rain moving in later this afternoon and for most of us tonight around dinner time. So there's the satellite and radar composite. You can see nothing on the radar as of yet. The rain moving in with increasing clouds today. Expect a high of 66. Northwest wind shifting to an easterly wind, and we are going to see the winds get a little gusty this afternoon. Talk more about what we can expect in the next 7 days. We've got 80 degrees and sunshine in the offing. Megan, just a few days away. I'll tell you when we'll see it. Coming right up.
Okay, Alexandra, thank you. We will see you in just a little bit. We do want to get you caught up now with the very latest on the coronavirus. And starting with this, we would like to let you know that one of our colleagues here, a CBS 46 staff member, has tested positive for the coronavirus. That person is doing well and they are in good spirits. Our building and facilities have been deep cleaned and we are following the guidelines and the guidance of the CDC and the Georgia Department of Public Health. And now to the very latest of the numbers in our state. Right now in Georgia, there are 555 confirmed cases and 20 deaths. We are expected to get the latest number of cases in our state at noon today. The state has been updating us twice a day recently. And across the country, there are now more than 23,000 cases, including more than 300 deaths. We've heard a lot about how older people are affected by the coronavirus, but now we are learning about a young patient right here in Metro Atlanta. CBS 46's Ayani Hughes is live outside of Children's Healthcare of Atlanta Scottish Rite with more on what we know about this. Ayani.
Yeah, Megan, certainly this is not what we want to hear this morning, but Children's Healthcare of Atlanta Scottish Rite says they do have their first 12-year-old patient with coronavirus, and a family member says they think she may be one of the youngest cases here in Georgia. Now, officials say the patient is currently in isolation and the hospital is using the appropriate precautions. They're limiting hospital visitors and screening them. Now, apparently the girl's symptoms started off much like the flu. She developed a fever a week ago on Thursday, and her mom took her to the emergency room. Now, last night, CBS 46 spoke with her cousin. He says Choa initially thought it was the flu, so they sent her home.
The fever did not go down, and she took her back the next day. They still said, look, it's quite common that this happens in kids. Sent her back, and then she just kind of deteriorated. By Sunday, the fever had not broken, and she started coughing.
Yeah, and her cousin reports that she was doing terrible, but she is now in much stable and better condition, and she is recovering here at Children's Healthcare of Atlanta Scottish Rite. For now, we're live in Sandy Springs. Ayani Hughes, CBS 46 News.
And we wish that family the best. Ayani, thank you for that update. Another coronavirus testing site is opening tomorrow, but it is only for people with referrals from their doctor. It is at the Cherokee County Government Complex in Woodstock. Again, it will not be open to the public. It will be limited to people 60 and older who are showing symptoms of the virus and again have a referral. It will be open this week in Cherokee County. Starting tomorrow, the DeKalb County Clerk of Superior Court Office will begin social distancing practices until April 13th. You can file criminal, civil, and real estate documents online through their website. Services, though, such as passport applications and notary commissions will not be available until at least April 13th for that office in DeKalb County. The Fulton County Jail also impacted. They are now releasing dozens of inmates early to alleviate overcrowding during this pandemic. Jail officials say 29 people have been let out since Friday. Staff members evaluated each inmate's file to decide if they were eligible for early release. Right now, there are no confirmed or suspected cases at the Fulton County Jail. This is just a precaution. Inmates are getting screened at intake. We have a CBS 46 News exclusive this Sunday morning. A small business owner in Metro Atlanta stepping up to help health systems in Georgia during this pandemic. We have been hearing there is a great need for masks for healthcare workers. CBS 46's Yasmina Alston has more from the company Vector Tools based in Alpharetta.
Doctors and nurses that are out there on the front line risking their lives need these things far more than we do.
These masks are part of Albert Wu's business. He usually sells them, but now he's donating them instead.
Every one of them were extremely pleased and extremely in need, so they were very happy about it.
The masks are going to hospitals amid the coronavirus pandemic during a time when many healthcare facilities are facing shortages in supplies.
We're facing a shortage just like everybody else in the country is looking at a shortage. We're not in a crisis situation at this point, but if everybody starts flooding into the hospitals, that could be an issue.
These particular boxes are going to Northeast Georgia Medical Center in Gainesville, where health officials say they are grateful, but also have a reminder for people during this time.
If you're feeling symptomatic, we want you to call in to your doctor's office, to your urgent care center before going into the doctor's office or the hospital, because we just can't overwhelm the system with what we're calling the worried well. We want people who are feeling symptomatic to understand that there's a process that could go through and questions that could be answered that could lead them to getting into the hospital or not. But if everybody shows up at the hospital at the same time, that could be the big problem that we're looking at.
As you saw, some of those masks are going to Northeast Georgia Medical Center. The rest of them will go to Grady Hospital, Northside, and a hospital in Albany, Georgia. Reporting in Atlanta, Yasmina Alston, CBS 46 News.
We are learning more about how the coronavirus outbreak is now affecting newborn babies in China, and we're getting a breakdown of some numbers when it comes to deaths here in the U.S. Here's Elise Preston with the very latest.
A new CDC report finds fatalities from the new coronavirus in the U.S. mirror deaths in other countries. Up to 27% of fatalities have been people over the age of 85, up to 11% among those 65 to 84. Ages 55 to 64, up to 3%, 1% for younger adults, and no deaths among children. Notably, among hospitalized patients in the U.S., nearly half admitted to intensive care units have been adults under the age of 65. Researchers in Australia have examined one of the nation's first coronavirus patients to better understand the disease. Doctors accurately predicted the otherwise healthy woman in her 40s who was hospitalized would recover from the virus in 3 days by mapping her body's immune cells. And preliminary data from China finds coronavirus is likely not transmitted from pregnant mothers to their newborn babies. 4 babies born in Wuhan, the epicenter of the virus, did not show any symptoms of the virus. 3 tested negative, while the mother of the 4th declined permission for the test. Those are some of the week's top health stories. Elise Preston, CBS News, New York.
And you can always get the latest updates on coronavirus cases, closures in our area, and much more on our CBS 46 streaming app. It is free in the Apple Store and on Google Play.